Are you looking for the best 1440p gaming monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best gaming monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Dell Alienware AW2725DF. The best 1440p gaming monitor we've tested is the Dell Alienware AW2725DF. It's a unique monitor combining exceptional gaming performance with outstanding picture quality, making it an ideal display for gamers who crave graphically intense games. It's available directly through Dell's website, and it's one of the first 360Hz QD-OLED monitors coming out in 2024, alongside models from MSI and Samsung. This panel type provides a near-infinite contrast ratio with deep blacks and no blooming around bright objects. It also displays bright and vivid colors, resulting in realistic images. Its 360Hz refresh rate provides a smooth gaming experience, but you can only reach that refresh rate with a DisplayPort connection as it's limited to HDMI 2.0 bandwidth. It also has a near-instantaneous response time, so fast-moving objects are crisp, and it supports all common formats of VRR to reduce screen tearing. One downside is that OLEDs risk permanent burn-in with constant exposure to the same static elements over time, so it's better to play a variety of games on this monitor to reduce this risk. At number 2. LG 27GR95QEB. If you find the Dell Alienware AW2725DF out of your price range or don't need such a premium monitor, check out the LG 27GR95QEB. It has a lower 240Hz refresh rate, so while it isn't as ideal for competitive gaming as the Dell, it at least requires less bandwidth to reach its max refresh rate. It also has an OLED panel that displays the same deep blacks as the Dell, but because it isn't a QD OLED, it can't display the same vivid colors and bright highlights, but that's the trade-off if you want something a bit cheaper. Besides those differences, it's still fantastic for gaming, and it even has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, so it can take full advantage of modern graphics cards. It has very low input lag in its gaming picture modes for a responsive feel and a near-instantaneous response time for sharp motion. That said, there's some overshoot at lower refresh rates, so if you want an OLED with less overshoot, check out the Acer Predator X27 UB-Micros. It usually costs less than the LG but also has a higher input lag. At number 3. LG 27GR83QB. If you feel like the LG 27GR95QEB is still out of your price range or you're simply concerned with the risk of burn-in with OLEDs, check out a mid-range option like the LG 27GR83QB. It has a 27-inch screen and 240Hz refresh rate like the 27GR95QEB, but because it doesn't have an OLED panel, it doesn't display the same deep blacks without any blooming. It also has a slower response time, so fast-moving objects look less sharp, though it still has fantastic motion handling at its maximum refresh rate, and the response time is also fast at lower refresh rates. It's also brighter than the 27GR95QEB, making it the better choice for well-lit rooms. Unlike other mid-range 1440p gaming monitors, it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, which is ideal if you have a modern HDMI 2.1 graphics card. It can even take full advantage of gaming consoles as it supports any signal with the PS5 and Xbox Series X, including downscaled 4K at 120Hz, which results in a more detailed image than native 1440p. At number 4. Dell Alienware AW2724DM. If you want something less expensive but aren't necessarily looking for a budget monitor, the Dell Alienware AW2724DM is a good alternative in the lower mid-range price category. As you go for lower-cost displays, there are a few sacrifices you need to make, and in this case, it has a lower 180Hz max refresh rate compared to the 240Hz refresh rate on the LG 27GR83QB. This means it isn't as good of a choice if you're a competitive gamer who needs the highest refresh rate, but it's still good enough for casual gamers. Luckily, its motion handling is incredible, as it has a fantastic response time at its maximum refresh rate. It doesn't have HDMI 2.1 bandwidth like the LG, so it can't take full advantage of modern graphics cards and gaming consoles, but it can still downscale a 4K at 60Hz image from the PS5 and Xbox Series X. There are some downsides as it doesn't have an audio output, so if you want a monitor that does, check out the LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB. It performs similarly but doesn't get as bright as the Dell. At number 5. Dell G2724D. If you're looking for the best 1440p monitor for gaming on a budget, check out the Dell G2724D, which is a basic gaming monitor that performs very well. It's a step-down model from the Dell Alienware AW2724DM and has fewer features as it lacks an overclock feature or even a USB hub, but it still has a max refresh rate of 165 Hz and has the same 27-inch screen size and 1440p resolution as the AW2724DM. It's excellent for gaming, especially for a budget monitor, as it has an incredibly fast response time, and it supports all common VRR formats, including FreeSync, GSANC, and even HDMI 4M VRR, which is the format that the PS5 supports. It has a few gaming-oriented features, like crosshairs and different vision modes, giving you a competitive advantage. Unfortunately, it has limited picture quality because it has a low contrast ratio that makes blacks look gray. While that's what you can expect for a budget monitor, you can also check out the AOC Q27G3XMN if you care about that. It has mini LED backlighting with better picture quality but worse motion handling than the Dell.